Or Joe.
Again, sorry for being healthy. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. It's fascinating, though. The exposing of mainstream media. That's one thing that
Corporate
I'm very
press.
happy about.
Don't call them mainstream because they're not mainstream.
Right. This show is more mainstream than they
Yes,
are.
it's the corporate press.
It's more mainstream by a factor of 10.
Of course.
Which is pretty crazy.
But it's also funny how they will do everything in their power to make you seem like you should be dismissed and not taken seriously.
Right. Yeah, but it's not working.
No.
That's what's fascinating. But this framing of like ivermectin as horse medicine was I'm in some ways I'm really happy that they did it to me, because they could have
you
done
have the audience to blast back. Did you see that supercut?
Yes.
Of
Yes.
just one after another, them laughing at you.
Yeah, hilarious.
But also this is what's interesting. They kept saying that ivermectin. First of all, it's like you called your dealer. You had it prescribed, right?
Yeah.
So when they say it's not approved, it's not like you are using your own judgment. You're using the judgment of a medical professional, which is what they've been yelling for a year and a half. Listen to the experts.
Well, not only that, I listed off a laundry list of medications, and that's the one they focused on.
Right.
I said I took monoclonal antibodies. I said I took prednisone. I said I took Z-Pak. I said I had IV infusions of NAD and of vitamins, and I also took ivermectin. I mean, it should be no surprise. I had Dr. Pierre Corey, who is one of the doctors from the frontline critical COVID care group that has been treating people, including, by the way, 200 congresspeople have been treated with ivermectin for COVID. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Google that. 200. I believe you could probably find it in Dr. Pierre Corey's Twitter page. Yeah. Before there were vaccines, this was a common treatment, an off-label treatment for COVID. Now, I do not know what the motivation for demonizing this particular medication is. Again, I'm not a doctor and I'm not a scientist, but I would imagine some of it has to do with money. The reason being is that it is a generic drug now. The patent has run out, so anybody can make it, and it's worth like 30 cents a dose. Now, Merck has its own antiviral that's supposed to do the same thing that they claim ivermectin does, as does Pfizer. They're both about to release it. I don't know if that's why the FDA is making snarky tweets about it being veterinary medicine, but I do know that it was used for humans for fucking years before they ever started using it for animals. And I also do know that there's a massive amount of medications that have veterinary applications, including penicillin.
Well, Joe, it's like me calling Child Protective Services because my neighbor was feeding her baby cat food, and by cat food I mean milk.
Yeah,
it's insane. Like,
it's insane.
Dogs take Xanax and all these other things. So it's
Wait a minute, dogs take Xanax?
Yeah,
People have like anxiety-ridden dogs?
of course.
I guarantee it's the person.
Or cats. Yeah. Well, yeah.
Come over to my house. My dog just lays down.
I know. I met
lets you rub his
Marshall.
belly.
Yeah, he's a sweet. He doesn't need Xanax
because he's fucking.
He's a dog.
He's
happy.
chill.
Yeah. But
actually, some people get rescue dogs. I should take that back because I did have a dog that had anxiety because I got her when she was 2.
Or maybe it's an older dog gets a puppy and the dog doesn't know what to do. Yeah, there's situations. Whatever.
Yeah. That could. They think they're. Yeah. That could.
But I don't think it's necessarily about the money so much. It's about obedience. Because they're the ones who are promulgating how everyone has to act. And then you have this guy from Austin over here, this comedian, telling people there was another way and the science isn't as settled. And all of a sudden, their sense of authority is diminished because when you have choices, that means that person who wants to be the one to go to no longer is the one who has all the answers.
Well, this is what is so funny about that. They don't understand that when they say things that are absolutely untrue, it diminishes their authority. They're not even aware of what they're doing. Like,
but they don't have an alternative.
When Don Lemon goes on with Sanjay Gupta and says, actually, it really is a veterinary medicine. It really is deworming horses.
This was the lie. He goes, it's not a lie to say it's also used as horse medicine. He goes,
that's not what you said.
Yeah, that's not what you said. You didn't say this drug, which also is used for horses. Of what relevance is that?
It doesn't have any relevance. Exactly what you're talking about with penicillin and with like a gigantic number of medicines that also have veterinary applications. But by doing that, you just prove my point. They don't even understand what they just did. You think no one's like it's going to end with you? See, because it used to be that way. They would say something and no one would have recourse.
Do you know what this is?
But when you're saying something and then the person you're saying it about has literally 10 times the audience you do, you dumb motherfucker. Do you know what you did? You just proved my point.